Coming live from the studio, this is All Sports with Gerardo. Thank you for watching another episode of All Sports. This is your host Gerardo, and all I talk is sports. On the show today, I am going to talk about NFL football, Major League Baseball, and NBA basketball. Before I start the show, I hope you all had a great week. To start off with Major League Baseball, JT Realmuto and the Phillies have agreed to a 5-year contract. Brad Hand and the Nationals have agreed to a 1-year contract. The Yankees traded Adam Ottavino to the Red Sox. On Friday, January 22nd, Hank Aaron passed away. He was 86 years old. Hank Aaron landed up finishing his career with 3,771 hits, which ranks third all-time, 755 home runs, which ranks second all-time, 2,297 RBIs, which ranks first all-time. He was a 25-time All-Star. He was the 1957 National League MVP and World Series champion. He was a 3-time Gold Glove Award winner, a 2-time National League batting champion, a 4-time National League home run leader, and a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt that the baseball world and the sports world will miss Hank Aaron, especially with the type of player he was on and off the field during the time that he played, and Hank Aaron will be remembered as one of the best players to play for the Braves and in Major League Baseball. There was no doubt that Hank Aaron was a Hall of Famer and one of the best players in Major League Baseball with the type of numbers he had throughout his career. And there's no doubt that Major League Baseball and the sports world will miss Hank Aaron, especially with the type of player he was and who he was as a person on and off the field. Moving on now to NFL football. After playing 14 seasons, Greg Olsen announced he is retiring from the NFL. After playing 17 seasons, Philip Rivers announced he is retiring from the NFL. Philip Rivers landed up finishing his career with the 5th most passing yards, passing touchdowns, and completed passes. He was a 8-time Pro Bowler, and he never missed a game with 252 straight starts. Now we'll have to wait and see if Philip Rivers will be a Hall of Famer or a first ballot Hall of Famer when he's eligible to make it into the NFL Hall of Fame. But with the type of numbers that Philip Rivers had during his career, there's no doubt that he could possibly be a Hall of Famer going into the future, especially with the type of numbers he had throughout his career and in the categories he is in, as being one of the top players to have those type of numbers in those categories as a quarterback. Now, with the way the Chargers played when Philip Rivers was their quarterback, you wouldn't think that Philip Rivers has the type of numbers that he landed up finishing with, even though there were seasons the Chargers didn't play good, but there were seasons the Chargers played good and made it into the playoffs, but they fell short of reaching the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, Philip Rivers was never able to make it to the Super Bowl nor win a Super Bowl. But even though Philip Rivers never won a Super Bowl, he was a great quarterback throughout the regular season and the times he made it into the playoffs. But he was not able to win a Super Bowl. Even though Philip Rivers didn't win a Super Bowl, he was still a great player, a great quarterback, and with the type of numbers that he had throughout his career, there's no doubt that he is one of the best quarterbacks to play in the NFL. Now we're going to have to wait and see if Philip Rivers makes it into the Hall of Fame, and if he makes it in as a first ballot Hall of Famer, or if he gets in the Hall of Fame when it's one of his eligible years. But I would suspect that Philip Rivers will make it into the Hall of Fame at some point with the type of numbers that he had throughout his career. Even though Philip Rivers played his last season in the NFL with the Colts, I really didn't think that Philip Rivers was ready to retire, because he did have a great season with the Colts after leaving the Chargers. but Phillip Rivers decided to call it a career. And this past season, now that Phillip Rivers was the quarterback of the Colts, he was able to break some of these records and move higher in to some of these records. And that is one of the reasons why he is in the top 5 in some of these categories. So this season with the Colts, Phillip Rivers did break more records and move himself higher in some of these categories among quarterbacks. And we'll just have to wait and see if Phillip Rivers makes it into the Hall of Fame, but there's no doubt that Phillip Rivers had a great career when he was a quarterback in the NFL. And the NFL will definitely miss Phillip Rivers, and no matter what team you root for, you will definitely miss Phillip Rivers, especially Broncos fans in any teams in the AFC West. When Phillip Rivers was the quarterback of the Chargers, they will definitely miss those matchups, especially those Broncos-Chargers matchups. All those games were great games, especially when the Broncos and the rest of the AFC West teams went against Phillip Rivers. Those games will always be remembered as classic games, especially between divisional rivals in the AFC West. So, no matter what team you root for, especially if your team is an AFC West team, you will definitely miss those matchups against Phillip Rivers, especially those divisional matchups. Gary Kubiak announced his retiring from the NFL on Saturday, January 23rd. Former Broncos offensive tackle Tony Jones passed away. He was 54 years old. For the first time in NFL history, all 4 starting quarterbacks on Championship Sunday threw for 4,000 plus yards in the same season. Travis Kelce has surpassed Dallas Clark for the second most receptions in NFL postseason history by a tight end. Aaron Rodgers' 13 passing touchdowns are the most without an interception by a single player at any stadium in NFL postseason history. Aaron Rodgers tied Hall of Famer Joe Montana for the second most passing touchdowns in postseason history. Tom Brady has a 62-9 record in games when temperatures are below 40 degrees. Tom Brady and LeBron James are the only athletes in the last 30 years to play in 10 championships. Tampa Bay now has 3 teams who have made it to their championship in their league since Tom Brady signed with the Buccaneers. In the last few months, the Lightning won the Stanley Cup, the Rays made it to the World Series, and the Buccaneers made it to the Super Bowl. So right now I'm going to update you the NFL Championship Weekend final scores, and I'm also going to tell you the NFL Super Bowl matchup. The Chiefs won the AFC, and they are heading to their second Super Bowl in the last 3 years. The Buccaneers won the NFC, and they are heading to their first Super Bowl since 2003. The Buccaneers beat the Packers 31-26 in the NFC Championship game. The Chiefs beat the Bills 38-24 in the AFC Championship game. The Buccaneers will go against the Chiefs in Super Bowl 55 on Sunday, February 7 at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. There's no doubt that Super Bowl 55 between the Buccaneers and the Chiefs will be a great Super Bowl, especially that this Super Bowl will be between Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Back during the regular season, when the Buccaneers went against the Chiefs in Tampa Bay, there is no doubt that that matchup could be a potential Super Bowl matchup. Fast forward now to Super Bowl 55, the Buccaneers will go against the Chiefs in Super Bowl 55. The 2020 season will be a season to remember. There's no doubt that history has been made throughout the regular season, throughout the postseason, but also now in Super Bowl 55. We have seen history be made throughout this entire 2020 season. We're going to have to wait and to see how Super Bowl 55 plays out and who wins Super Bowl 55, which I can't wait to see who wins Super Bowl 55. Can the Chiefs win back-to-back Super Bowls? We're going to have to wait and see. Can the Buccaneers win their first Super Bowl since the 2002 season, which was the last time they made it into the playoffs, we're going to have to wait and see. For whatever team wins Super Bowl 55, it will be great for them. The Chiefs are trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls. The Buccaneers are trying to win their first Super Bowl since the 2002 season, which was the last time they made it into the playoffs, and they also won the Super Bowl. But the Buccaneers also want to make history because they are playing the Super Bowl in their city and at their stadium, which has never happened before. And they already made history by playing in Super Bowl 55 in their city and at their stadium. Now, can they win Super Bowl 55? We're going to have to wait and see. Also, Tom Brady is trying to make history by winning his 7th Super Bowl, but also winning a Super Bowl with 2 different teams. And he wants to join Peyton Manning, that was able to win 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams. Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl with the Colts and the Broncos. Now Tom Brady wants to win the Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Buccaneers. Now we're going to have to wait and see who wins Super Bowl 55. But both the Buccaneers and the Chiefs want to win Super Bowl 55 for obvious reasons. And whichever team wins Super Bowl 55, they will definitely make history. But there's no doubt that with the 2 teams that have already made it to Super Bowl 55, they have already made history. Now, we'll have to wait and see how Super Bowl 55 plays out and who wins it. But there's no doubt that history has already been made with this Super Bowl matchup throughout the playoffs, throughout the regular season, and throughout the 2020 season. Now, regardless of what team you root for, this will definitely be a great Super Bowl matchup, and I can't wait to see who wins Super Bowl 55. Now, regardless of what team you root for, this should definitely be a great Super Bowl matchup. It should definitely be a great game between the Buccaneers and the Chiefs, and between Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. I can't wait to see who wins this game. And next week, I will give you a preview of Super Bowl 55, and I will also give you a preview of how the Buccaneers or the Chiefs can land up winning Super Bowl 55. Moving on now to NBA basketball, Steph Curry moved into 2nd in all-time 3-pointers made. Damian Lillard moved into 16 in all-time 3-pointers made. Nikola Jokic moved into 8th on the all-time Nuggets scoring list. Moving on now to the show, what to watch for this week in sports: the Nuggets, NBA basketball, the Avalanche, NHL hockey, college basketball. Moving on now, on the next show, I will talk about NFL football, Major League Baseball, and NBA basketball. I hope you all have a great week. Tune in to the next All Sports with Gerardo show next week. I want to say thank you to everybody that listens to All Sports. Subscribe or like my pages on social media at All Sports with Gerardo. Until next time, this is Gerardo.